Hello everyone, how are you all? It's my birthday week. I cannot complete my birthday just for one day. I needed to be celebrating for the entire week, and I spread out my birthday celebrating each and every day. Family, with my friends, and all those who love me, whom I love. Today I'm planning to make something amazing that I love when I go outside because I live in UK. Nandos here is so popular and we get good variety of vegetarian options when we go to Nandos. So today I thought, let me treat my family with something really nice that I like, they like as well. So I have 7 grams of dry yeast. To this I'm going to add in a teaspoon of sugar and warm water. It should be just lukewarm enough for the yeast to rise up. We give it one stir for the sugar to melt, and that's it. We're going to cover this up with cling film tightly so that we allow the yeast to rise up nicely. And we're going to leave it for 15 minutes time. We're going to keep it aside. I'm planning to make pita pockets at home today. The first thing what I'm making, I'm going to keep this aside and I'm going to measure in the atta. Now in a very large bowl, I'm using this cup measurement and I'm going to measure in 1 cup of maida, plain flour. And now to make it a healthier version, I'm using 1 cup of wheat flour as well. And this is chapati ka atta, wheat flour. So it's 1:1, 1 cup of maida, 1 cup of wheat flour. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. Let's combine the dry ingredients first. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of yogurt. I'm just using Greek style yogurt, but you can use any yogurt of your choice. If it's homemade also, that's fine. And also along with it, I'm also adding in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now you can see the yeast has beautifully fluffed up. Maida will become hard with the time. It absorbs more water. So yes, definitely we need more water. Just add very little at a time and see how much it requires. The dough is combined well and it is a little sticky, and that's exactly how we want it to be, because with the time it will help the maida and the atta to nicely rise up well. If it's too tight, it will not be easy for it to rise up high. So now I'm going to transfer this dough onto a chopping board, in which way I can knead it further. So if you put it, it should bounce back. That's what we are looking for. So we're going to knead this dough for at least 8 to 10 minutes time. Now one very important step to bear in mind, we're going to grease up this bowl entirely at the bottom and at the sides as well, in which way when you keep the dough inside this, with the resting period and the resting time, it will get the ease. The oil will help for the dough not to be sticky on all the sides, and it will help to rise it. So I'm applying the oil on all the sides of the bowl and at the bottom as well. I'm going to place the dough inside now, and then I'm going to cover this up as it's going to be really tight, in which way there will be no air circulation, and this will help the yeast to rise up the dough as well, nice and fluffy and soft. And when it's soft, that will make the pita pockets taste, and that's exactly what we are looking for and aiming for. Right, now that it's tight, I'm going to place this in the air fryer. Now it's not preheated, it's just the space that I'm using because it's dark. It is going to be in a place where nobody's going to touch it, use it, and I'm going to leave it for a good amount of time, say for 2 hours or so, until the dough has really nicely fluffed up. Now as the dough is resting, I'm going to quickly chop some really nice good vegetables that I have in this tokri. But before I do that, I have the instant oat that I'm going to grind and make a powder of it and keep it aside to make a bean patty. We're going to make it healthy, and for which this is going to be a super healthier version using oat powder. And also not just that, it's also going to be a good way to keep the patties binding. So it's a binding element as well, along with it being healthier version as well. So I'm just roughly going to add some oats. This is porridge oats that I'm using, and I'm going to grind this into a fine powder. So I have this oats powder ready, and I'm going to transfer this into this bowl, keep it ready, and I can use this as much as I want to bind it together to make the patty. So here I have it. And now I'm going to quickly chop these vegetables. Now what sounds so tedious and so tiring to make, it's actually not. It's super easy to make patties at home. All I've done is just roughly chopped these veggies, like peeled off the skin, de-seeded the peppers and taken off the skin from the onions. That's it. And rest all is done in this cute little food processor or food chopper that you have at home. It's the art of using it, it's the knack of using it. All you've got to do is just keep changing the blades one after the other, and it does entirely the whole process of mixing, kneading, chopping, cutting, shredding. Now this cute little mini food chopper is from Cuisinart. The chopper first, and I'm going to add in. Let me plug this in first. It's so compact and so easy to use that I can just move it around so easily in any part of the kitchen. Now to this first I'm going to add in 4 garlic cloves, 1 medium-sized onion, and I'm going to chop them first. That's it. Peppers. Now, before I add in the beans, what I'm going to do is lift up the chopper and add in the grater, the top section with the small, and cover it up. Place the carrot one after the other. We have all the veggies inside here in this cute little pot. Now to this, very important bit is to add in the beans. A tin of mixed beans. It's ready to use, so I'm just going to pour this into the food processor, so it will just nicely combine it well, and mashing it up so that we can just add in some spices later and then make patties. Whenever we make anything, we have got to make it Indianized. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, a teaspoon of garam masala, of jeera powder, cumin powder, a teaspoon of salt as well, but we're also going to squeeze in half a lime. Pulse this. How beautifully this is done. Now this is quite wet. It's difficult to make a patty with this. What we're going to do now is transferring the entire mixture that we have made onto the pan. Now the idea here is when you add this mixture onto the tawa, and as you, with the heat, you know, the moisture will be nicely absorbed, and that's what we are, exactly what we are looking for. Once the moisture is absorbed, that's when you can make nice beanie patty without any hassle. If it is this consistency, it's not going to hold together. Absorb the moisture, and then we're going to add in the oat powder. It's been a couple of minutes and you can see the moisture is so nicely absorbed. And now to this, add in the oat powder that I had made first. As much as it takes in, you're free to add this. Let's combine this first and see if it needs more. If it requires more, then yes, I'm going to add in the rest of the amount as well. But it's already combining so well, and it is this one. This is not just a healthy twist to the Beanie Burger that we are making, but it's also a great binding element that you cannot skip. And look how nicely it's got thickened up now. Now I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to allow this to cool down completely. This is sufficient enough, is what I feel. I'm going to turn off. Now I'm going to place this outside in the back garden. This is what I normally do for every cooking. If I need something to be cooling down faster, this is what I do. I've set it on the table in the back garden so that it cools down faster. And I'm going to go quickly inside and make the other elements ready so that before the kids start feeling hungry, the food is ready. And here is to a very important element that needs to be done. The dough that has been resting for quite some time now. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to knead it and divide it into as many portions as I can. This dough has been resting for more than 2 hours now, and it has nicely fluffed up. So we're going to save this cling film for the latest step as well. We're going to punch the air out now onto the chopping board. Nice and fluffy. Now we're going to divide this dough equally. I've divided the dough into 6 equal portions. Now this is a very important step. You cannot miss this. Squeeze them into a bowl and keep them ready. You're not going to roll them now, you're just going to keep them ready so that they fluff up more. And this is something which will make the pita pockets soft, and when you eat them, it's going to be really nice, soft and fluffy, and you're going to enjoy them that way. We're going to keep them ready to this point, and we're going to let them rest at least for another 15 to 20 minutes, or if you have the luxury of time, then yes, you can rest them for 30 minutes also. I'm going to keep them inside again in this bowl and cover up with a cling film again so that they rise up again, fluff up again in the next resting hour. Now we're making a super tasty chutney at home, for which I'm going to use badge mentioned kind. These are dry red chilies. I'm using 10 dry red chilies, and I'm going to add them into this container which has a lid. It just add nice hot boiling water so that the chilies soften up. And then what I do is cover it up and let it rest just for a few minutes so that the chilies will soften up. Into a mixie jar, we add in the rest of the ingredients that we're going to use to make this chutney. A very small garlic clove, as we're going to use it raw. That's the reason I'm using just a small garlic clove. And to this I'm going to add in 8 peppercorns. Either use oregano or dry basil. I'm using around half a teaspoon. Very little of salt to taste. Half a teaspoon of paprika powder. Half a teaspoon of olive oil. I'm adding in around half a teaspoon of vinegar to this, and a few drops of lime as well. We're just going to lift it up. We're just going to squeeze in the water as much as only to the extent as we can, and then placing it into the mixie jar to grind it into a paste. We have all the other ingredients which are the mixie jar already. This is a really nice, strong, tikka chutney. I'm going to transfer this into the bowl, but then just before eating, I'm going to combine it with yogurt so that it adds in flavor and also reduces the thickness of the chutney. Look how beautiful this looks. I'm planning to make fries at home today, for which I'm using sweet potato, one large big size sweet potato. Now to make the sweet potato fries, it is super easy. I have given it a good wash, and we are definitely going to include the skin when we are making the fries to it. We just love and enjoy the homemade sweet potato fries. Cut them into this size blocks because it's easier to cut it with the normal knife. Now I'm going to use my crinkle cut knife, which has beautiful wavy lines at the front and at the back as well. It's just an added on element just to the way we see the fries, nothing to do with the taste. But trust me when I say this, you've got to have the skin of the sweet potato when you're making sweet potato fries at home. It tastes amazingly good when you have the skin on the fries. So I'm just going to chop them. It has these beautiful lines that have been created just when you use the crinkle cut knife. I have bought this crinkle cut knife long time back. I think I bought it from Temu, but I'm not quite sure, but you get it in most of the sites. I think you'll be able to get it on Shein as well. Super easy to make sweet potato fries at home. I don't know why people get it from the supermarket. One big pack of sweet potatoes is quite expensive. The frozen bags that you get from the supermarket. It's so easy to make, and it's so healthy as well when you make it at home. So I've just chopped them, crinkle cut them, and I've spread it onto the air frying tray. I'm going to splash them with a dash of oil, and then I'm going to set it in the air fryer. I've set the air fryer for 190 degrees temperature for 15 minutes time. Now, the very interesting element to make is the pita pockets at home, for which I'm just using my cast iron tawa that I normally use to make chapatis, and a rolling pin as well. I've just continued using my chopping board, and look at these dough balls. They look amazingly well. We're going to use just one at a time, and in the meantime, we're going to keep them covered so that they don't dry up. I'm just using wheat flour to dust as and when I need it, just so that the dough doesn't get sticky onto the rolling pin and on the chopping board. Now when you're rolling, just ensure the dough is not flattened too thin. We just want it to be thick so that we can fluff up the pita pockets on the tawa. So this is the dimension that we are looking, and also this is the thickness that we are looking. We don't want it to be too thin, we don't want it to be too thick as well. This is just the right thickness, and we're going to place it onto the tawa. Very important thing to bear in mind is the tawa, it needs to be really hot, piping hot, and that's when you're going to place the dough. Then you're going to use a kitchen towel or a napkin that you have at home and wait for the bubbles to start popping up. Very gently you move it around so that it's evenly cooked. Beautifully, you can see the bubbles coming up. This is when I'm going to turn and flip it the other way around, and I'm just using a kitchen towel and just moving it very gently. You should try and ensure that it's nicely fluffed up, in which way you can easily open up the pockets and fill in all that you would like to eat in your pita pocket. Look how beautifully this pita pocket is fluffed up on both the sides, and now we're going to take this out. Making these pita pockets is extremely easy at home, trust me, and they look fabulous. So once you roll them, once you put it on the tawa, as you see these small tiny little bubbles coming up, this is when you've got to flip it over. You can see how beautifully this has fluffed up, and then you're going to flip it on the other side as well. So easy to make. I think this was the best decision that I've taken to make the pita pockets at home and to enjoy Nando style food at home with family. Carefully you place this. If you're using them now, you can cut them exactly in the center, but if you're using it for later, what you can do is use a muslin cloth or just a napkin, kitchen napkin, and place them inside the napkin so that they stay nice and soft. So I'm just going to cover this up, in which way it's going to be really nice and soft. I'm using this grilling pan and I'm going to grill these beautifully done beanie patties. This was really nice. As I kept it outside, it turned out to be cool, and Shreyu gave me a hand to make these patties. These are just the size of the pineapple rings that we bought from the supermarket. Apply some oil onto the tawa at the base and place all these 6 patties together at once. Better, and apply some more oil on top as well. Now that the patties are done, I'm going to add in the pineapple rings onto the grilling pan so that we get some nice sizzling pineapples which have beautiful grill lines on them. Now that all the elements are ready, and just before eating, what you can do is add in around a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of yogurt into the red chili sauce that you made at home to make a peri-peri nice hot sizzling dip that you can enjoy in your pita pocket. So give it a good stir and combine it well. Super happy the way everything has turned out, and Shreya and Sanika have already eaten the pita pockets. They love it, and I'm so happy that I gave it a try and it turned out to be so good. Now it's time for me to make it. As in, when I take a pita, I'm covering this up, the rest of the things which are remaining in this napkin. Now we split this into half. I'm just using a blunt knife to cut it open. Beautifully, these are open like a pocket that we can fill them up with anything that you wish, and making them at home is such a nice thing because it's fresh, it's not store bought. Many a times when we bring things from the store, it's so dry and we had to sprinkle in some water and then keep it in the toaster. That's what normally we do at home. My children absolutely fell in love with these pita pockets especially. Rest is entirely up to you, the way you want to layer up your pita pockets, the way you want to fill them up. This was a real good cake, this chutney, this dip, this peri-peri dip that I made. And the best thing is the pockets are so beautifully open that you can easily fill up all that you want to. The beanie patty as well into half. And I'm going to do the same for the pineapple ring as well. We'll layer up some beautiful greens, leafy vegetables. If you have lettuce, if you have gem lettuce, you can fill them up as well. I have some green leaves, beautiful colors as well to go in. And it just feels so refreshing to eat during summer months. And then in goes the half of the patty and half of the pineapple ring. Because you're making it at home, you give it your personal touch, and that's what makes it super easy to eat as well, not just because it's just the right size. And now you're going to fill up this with the patty as well and a pineapple ring. Now that everything is ready, we're going to plate it up in a beautiful plate to serve. We're going to place these pita pockets right next to each other and place these air-fried sweet potatoes. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm sure you're going to give this a try at your home and to see how it turns out. Please let me know in the comment section, how did you find this recipe? Was it helpful? And whether this video format was good enough for you all. Birthday celebration isn't complete by just eating good food at home, right? So we stepped out as it was a beautiful day, very warm and very pleasant, and city centre in Newcastle upon Tyne is actually pretty good. We liked to stroll around as it wasn't very busy. Santosh had booked a table for us at my very favourite Thai cuisine restaurant, Chow Priya. They have this amazing big spread of vegetarian platter that I'm always in love with. It's just so appealing to eyes, and it has a good selection of vegetarian options. That's what makes me very happy coming here all the time. And having both the children at home is my biggest present. Good food, good weather, and good company makes everyone happy, right? And that's exactly how I would sum up my birthday. I also got this very pleasant surprise of chocolate gooey cake as a little treat after the meal, and I was truly very happy.
Wait, let me just read you.
Here's the option and serving charges.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Thank you. Stila? Beber ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ.
Is it nice? ಅದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ?
Oh, nice.
Would you like the rest?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for that as well. Thank you.
That's the best thing to do. You don't even have to ask. Okay, come here, you both. Okay, come here. 1, 2, 3. Hi, baby. It's so nice. So nice. Oh my god, that looks so bad now. ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡೋದು ಕೊಟ್ರು
ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೀಲ್ ಸರಿಗೈತೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್.
Cutting cake on my birthday is my very favorite thing, and I cannot express how happy it makes me feel. It's just that feeling of being all special and loved. We came back home after a good family meal, and then we had another cake cutting session at home with my very favorite personalized cake. But I forgot to switch the camera to YouTube ratio. It was set to Instagram ratio. but that's okay. As long as we had a good time is all that matters. What came in as a real good surprise was Shreya getting me out on a date, which I never ever expected or never ever thought of or never even dreamt of. This little girl, when she's home, she makes me all happy and looked after. As it was Monday, everything was more quiet and it started to rain as well, which made it even better because in the arcade there were not many people. The whole arcade seemed to be just for us. We didn't even have to wait for anything, so we could actually hop on to any of our favorite games as many times as we want to or wish to. We absolutely loved it, with it being all ours for the entire time. Shrey had booked the arcade for 1 hour. We could play as many times as we wished to, with plenty of indoor games. We had a great selection from 10-pin, basketball, shooting, racing cars, bikes, pool table. We played lots and lots of games and we made the most of an hour. What I loved the most was the shooting. This was my favorite bit. Never done this before, and Shreya guided me for each and everything, and it was such a nice feeling to be looked after. It took me back to the times when I used to take these two girls out for different places, guiding them and showing them what to do, how to do. But now kids tell me what it is like. Stepping into a different phase of life is a lot of interesting and exciting too. Something that I would love to share with you all. Age is just a phase that you should actually cherish with every turning phase of life. What made us happy then as a parent, organizing events for our children, it is just a wonderful feeling that you enjoy as parents when you're planning birthday parties for them when they were little, and that gave you immense joy, right? But now, with the phase of life when kids plan things for us, it's even more beautiful. Doesn't matter if it's your birthday or not, you should plan a date with your children every now and then, because these are the moments that will bring smiles now and later in life too when you recall. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did in creating memories for life.